Welcome to Style by My Regret Creative Minds, and on today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to draft and how to make this beautiful dress that you see here. This dress can be made shorter and it can be made longer. It can be made to any length of your choice, and it's very easy to make. It has a detachable sleeve, and it has this Basque waist effect, just like you see here. So we'll be drafting and also we'll be stitching together. Let's get right into it, creatives. So for this project, I'll be making use of two different fabric. I have two different crepe fabric here. So for the pattern, I'm going to be using this pattern for both the back and the front, and that is why I've mapped out 1.5 inches for zipper. Then I'm going to be imputing all our other basic measurements, and I'm also going to be showing you how you can use this pattern to make your dress in two different ways. So just go with the flow and follow me, and you will understand what I mean much later. So I'm marking out my important lines for this tutorial, and that's my waistline. So from my waistline, I'm going to go down by about 5.5 inches for my Basque waist effect. So you can do 5 inches or you can do 6 inches, totally depends on you, but for me I went down by 5.5 inches, and that is what I'm marking there, and I'll rule a straight line and connect it. So I'll quickly do that, and we'll go ahead and put in all our basic measurements. So I'll just label that our Basque line, and next I'll impute my shoulder line. That's my shoulder measurement, and I'll also just impute my shoulder slope of 1 inch, and I'll mark out my chest line as well, and I'll just basically get our armhole curve, although we won't be needing all this upper part, but this is just the basis for where our top is going to, our upper part is going to sit on. So I'll just do this so you will understand as we move further. So the next step is to mark out my nipple to nipple measurement all the way down to my back line for my chest line, and I'll make a straight rule. So I'm going to be going out by 1 inches on both sides. From my bust part, I came down by 1 inches, and I'm going to be connecting from my bust point all the way down to my back, like so. The next step now is to determine how deep you want your dress to be at the upper part. So for me, I'll just make do with 7 inches, which is fine for me, and it's not a standard. You can do yours 8 inches, or you can do yours even 5 inches. Totally depends on you. So now I'm going to be marking my nipple to nipple measurement there. So now this is for those that would like to cut this dress in two forms. So you will need to do like an upper part tightening here. Okay. So, but for me, I'll just be making use of the down darts. For the upper part, I'll just measure my round upper bust and impute it on that upper measurement while I'm cutting on my fabric. So the next part now is to just basically include all your round measurements and replace your dart intake just like I'm doing. And after you're done with that, you connect everything all the way down to the back line and impute your stitching allowance. So for my stitching allowance, I'll be making do with 2 inches is fine for stitching allowance. Just impute any inches you're comfortable with and impute that, and that's basically all for this part. And connect your armhole like that. That part is not going to be slopey, so you just connect it just the way I've done here. So for the bust, that is a difference between your back and front. For me, I'm using 1.5 inches. I'll connect that and I'll impute my 2 inches stitching allowance all the way down like so. So now for our Basque curve, what we're going to do is we're going to go down from our waistline by 1 inches, and we will just close in our darts and we'll curve all the way to the end like so. So I'll close my darts before I do this part. I'll close my darts and I'll just blend in for my curve, and that's basically it. So the next part now is to also take out a gaping. So for my waistline, I'm going in by 1 inches and I'll connect it with this loop all the way up and also all the way down. This is for cutting the back. You know, we're using this pattern for both the back and the front. So I'll just connect this and I'll cut for my back first before I cut for my front piece. So I'm just going to show you how you can go about this if you are cutting your front piece in 2 parts. For me, I'm going to be cutting this dress in just 1 part, like just 1 full part. I don't want to have any dart joining. So if you're going to be having a joining, you will need to cut everything all together, and I'll show you how to go about that as well. So you cut it all the way to the upper part, and when you're cutting the other side, you close your darts before cutting. But for me, I'm just going to cut it as one. So it's just be that I'm closing my darts and I'm cutting it as one. So this part is really optional. Just like I said, if you don't want to have a dart, you can just go ahead and close this part like this and place on your fabric and cut out. Then for this side dart, you just close your side dart and blend in. If you have any excess, you ensure you blend it in before cutting. So this is how you cut it when you're cutting it as a 2 parts. But for me, like I said, I'm cutting it just as 1 piece. So I've gone ahead to cut out the back parts, and next is to place on my fabric. So this is how I placed it on my fabric. I taped it at the downside, at that side, and I cut on my fabric. So this is the back piece. So what I did at the upper part is I measured my round upper bust measurement. So just measure your round upper bust and place it and measure it on the upper part and cut out. So because I don't want the back to be curvy, I want it straight. So what I did is I took out 1.5 inches. This part is optional at the center back. And I also did another 1 inch. I took out 1 inch to just eliminate gaping on the zipper part. You know, this like an off shoulder dress kind of. So I don't want to have any gaping at all by the time I'm done fixing my zipper, and I'm notching my zipper points. And that's basically how I cut out for the back piece. And next is to just take out the zipper parts from my pattern, and I'm going to be placing this together again to cut my front piece. So this is what my front piece look like, and I've gone ahead to cut interfacing for both the front and the back. And next is to stitch my interfacing for the front all the way. And when I'm stitching, I'm going to be stitching with a hemming gum all the way around. I'll do same for the back piece as well. So this is what I have. Next, I will notch all sides and I'll give it a very, very good press, and I'll come back to show you the next step. So if you were cutting it in 2 pieces, you have like a joining at the side, yeah? So this is after I've given it a good press. This is my back piece and this is my front piece. You can see how beautiful it's looking. So the next step is for me to join the sides. So I'm going to be measuring and joining the sides of this dress. So just the sides. So I'm done joining the side. This is what I have. So next is to measure around what I have at the waist area. That's the back's waist area. And note that down because that is what we're going to use to gather the down part of this dress. So for the down part of this dress, if you want it very full, you should have about 4 to 5 yards of fabric, or even more, 6 yards of fabric to make it fuller. So for mine, I'm making it short. So for the upper part of my dress, I had 23 inches. So if I take out that 23 inches, I measure what I have here. I have 43 inches inclusive of my joining allowance for the upper part and also folding allowance for the hem part. So approximately I have about 40 inches for the length of my gown. So if you want your down part to be very long, you should measure your full length and ensure that what you have down here will cover the full length of your dress. So you should have more than 40 inches. Then for the wideness, I have about 5 yards of fabric here. This is like 5 yards. So I have 43 by 5 yards, and I went ahead to gather it and attach it to my upper part. This part is not so hard. It's very easy to just make a gather stitch on your fabric and attach it to the upper part of your dress. And that's basically all. So the next step is for me to close the center back and attach my zipper, fold the hemline as well, and that's all, and I'll weave all round. So for the sleeve of this dress, it's very easy. Something that you can use is detachable, in the sense that you can decide to have it fixable and or removable as well. So what I have here, my length is about, I think I had about 35 inches, and that's why the length is 15 inches. So what I'm basically going to do is to fold the up and the down part, and I'm going to be inserting an elastic. So for your elastic, you can measure your round bicep, that is the biggest part of your arm, and take out about 3 inches, and that is what I used as the length of my elastic, and I'm going to be attaching this to my dress. So you can decide to maybe top stitch it on the side of your dress, or you can decide to use a press button to be able to just impute it on your dress and also remove it whenever you want to wear the dress as a sleeveless dress. And that's basically all for the tutorial. So this is how mine came out. I hope you learned something, and I hope you'll be trying it out. So this is the sleeve. Just like I said, the sleeve is detachable. You can use a press button, or you can just top stitch it on the side of your dress. And this is the dress without the sleeve. You can wear it whichever way you want. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll be seeing you in my next tutorial. Bye.